Kai has officially joined the LA Gladiators after it being leaked from the very beginning of the season that this was going to happen. It was so long, I was like, is this actually going to happen? They have to pick up a hit scan still because you're not going to run Kev Yaki. You're not going to make Kevster be your hit scan. That's just such a waste of talent. So there has to be somebody here, but Kev has still not been announced, so what the fuck's going on? And they finally bring him out. Here's the announcement. About damn time. And they round out the DPS line with Yaki, Kevster, and Kai. I don't know. I highly doubt they'd make any other moves there. The only other move I think they could make is if they wanted to, if Dante was really struggling on like a ball or something and they really wanted to play ball, that would be the only thing I could see for the Gladiators. Because this whole other bit of this roster, you have nice backline, you have good DPS line, no real holes there anywhere. The only question would be Dante, and I don't have the question there, so I think it'll be fine. I just think it'll work out. But yeah, Kai's here. And he's just going to be your starting hit scan, right? I can't see any other way. There's just like, what are you going to do? It lets Kevster come in. He can play whatever's going to carry the hardest for him. Kind of like a proper situation. You always want him in at all times. And then if his best carry is going to be on a Widowmaker, okay, I sit down. Yaki can step in. It's pretty good. It's a good system. And if Kai has another kind of, I don't know if we want to call it a slump or his playstyle didn't match the meta, but the back half of this year was not as good as his midseason madness. That was the peak of Kai, whenever he was just sitting back on the Soj and he was hitting everything. The meta for Sojourn kind of shifted away from how he plays, and Atlanta as a whole also struggled, which didn't help. So I think if that happens again, it's not the end of the world for the Gladiators. They're not stuck, right? You can put Kevster on the Sojourn or on whatever hit scan you need if you must, right? If you must do that, you can. And even Yaki can do it. It's a thing he can do. I wouldn't he's probably the worst at it on the roster, but he could do it if they absolutely need it. Like they're not locked in. So that little concern that you could have from last season doesn't really apply here in the same way. But I don't know if it's really an upgrade from Happy or Potifon even last season. I think it's kind of a side grade to Happy because I think maybe Kai has a slightly higher. Oh, bruh, what the fuck? Bro was giving her, eh? Goddamn. I think Kai has maybe a slightly higher potential than Happy. Maybe. Probably even. Slightly higher even for Kai. But I think Kai also has way lower lows. I think Happy's a much more consistent player, and I think that Kai isn't as consistent. So that is something there. Overall, for the DPS line, it's probably a better DPS line overall because you have Yaki there as well from last season. But the rest of the team, I don't know. You can say I think Dante was the best option as a solo tank if you wanted to do that. So I think the tank line, even though Reiner is really good, I will say the tank line's probably about even, depending on metas that are upcoming and things like that. But the support lines, just losing Shu is so tough. So I don't know if adding Kai really makes up for losing Shu. Because the support line got worse. Because yes, you have Lastro. He can do things. You have Funny Astro being the goat at Lucio. And then you have Babel, who is coming from contenders and was honestly the best flex support you could have picked up from contenders, I would think. Him or like Simple, probably. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on the Gladiators. Better than last season, worse than last season. I think as a team, I'm going to go with worse a little bit. And then it feels like everyone's leveled up somehow at the top. So they might even sink down lower than that. Who knows? But yeah, that's my thoughts overall. Have yourself a good one. Like this video, subscribe. Deuces.